Answer kitna prolong? Mostly student ask like how much we should prolong our question, our answer for all the question. For part first, the first four questions are concerned. What is your full name? May I see your ID card? Do you work or study? And where do you live? Now, these four questions should be answered only within a 2 or 3 sentences. My full name is Mohsen Isan. You can call me Mohsen. Enough. May I see your ID card? Yes, sure, sir. Why not? Here it is, right? Now, first four, but remaining 4 or 5, 6 questions from part first section, first of all speaking, your answer should be prolonged for at least 35 seconds. Maximum 45 seconds, average 40 seconds, right? From 35 till 45 seconds, like 6-7 sentences are going to be enough for the remaining part, right? Part first. As far cue card question is concerned, you are aware of that. 2 minutes you should answer for cue card. Part 3 questions are concerned, again you should try your level best to prolong it till at least 45 seconds or a minute. 45 or a minute, right? A minute or a 45 seconds answer should begin for part 3. Right now I'm going to ask questions from part 3, right? And these questions are going to be taken from real exam. Yeah, firstly I mentioned that Zafar, are you here?
Yes.
Yeah, the first question for you is, how do people define happiness in your culture? How do people define happiness in your culture?
As far as happiness is concerned, so people define it in different perspectives. For example, some people might be, find it a way of maybe if they are rich, they feel happy. Other may have, maybe most of the people, when they get their desired, their achievements, so they feel happy. For example, a student feel happy whenever he gets a grade 4 or 90% as GPA of 4. Whereas a graduate might be, for him, happiness is something maybe getting his dream job. Whereas someone who is mature enough have maybe some different kind of dreams, like maybe building home, giving happiness. So it depends upon the situation, but in our cultures, happiness is normally associated with the achievement.
Perfect. Very good. All right. Later on, I'm going to pass comment. I'm having 2 more questions from you from part 3. Yes. Do you think Do you think
sure,
happiness? Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Yes. The question. Do you think happiness has any effect on people? Why?
Yes, happiness has immense effect on people in terms of their confidence, in terms of their success. Because when you are not happy, people normally don't tend to maybe lose their confidence, that affect their performance, whether during their studies or in terms of their careers.
Yes. You're done with the answer?
No. Someone was talking. Moreover, happiness has, a lot of effects, not only in terms of confidence building, but, in terms of, building a career, it makes someone more successful.
Good. Okay. Next question for you is from part 3 and the last for you. Is it good for people to be unhappy? Why?
I don't think so that unhappiness has some positive effect on someone, because when we are happy, in our body there are some hormones that affects, when we are happy, the releases the most common one is dopamine. It's happiness is a result of this hormone, and when it releases, happiness as in terms of physical, our physical health is very important. we should have we tends to be stress free, relaxed. So if we are not happy, that might be affecting us in terms of our performance. So and in long term it causes a lot of psychological problem as well as maybe physical problem as well. If we are stressful or unhappy for a prolonged period.
All right, thank you. Yes, for all other candidates, these 2 points should be noted by you. In IELTS exam, you're going to face two kinds of situation. One situation when you would answer, examiner would be silent, and you would be completed, you would be done with your answer, but still examiner is silent. Now you should indicate, you should show such kind of indication to examiner that sir or ma'am, I'm done. And this indication should not be shown verbally in this way, like I'm done with my answer, or please next question, or this should not be shown through your physical gesture in this way, like the smile. No, at here in IELTS real exam, if you are done with your answer, the closing should be done in this way. Listen it carefully and note it, right? This is very, very important. When examiner is silent and you are done with your answer, now you want that examiner should ask the next question, but examiner is silent. If now if you would be also silent, this is going to have a negative impression on examiner. Examiner would think like this person cannot prolong answer. Now what you should do, you should close your answer with this statement. If you thought like examiner is silent, you should close in this way: because of such reason, I really like this thing, thank you. Or because of such reasons, I am of the opinion it is good, thank you. Because of such opinions, I am of this perception, thank you. Now this is like different structure. These different structure can be followed. At the end, thank you, and before thank you, one sentence should close your answer in this way: because of such examples, because of such reasons, because of such opinions. Different styles can be followed so far. Because of such opinions, I think it is very good, or I'm of this opinion, or people who would be unhappy and they should be unhappy sometime, or they should be happy. Like you then share your opinion. Because of such reason, I think it is very convenient, and thank you. Now when you say this sentence and thank you, it is a very formal and respectful, you can say respectful, and in an honor way, you just conclude your answer and show indication to your examiner that sir, I am, or ma'am, I am done with my answer. This is another problem. This is first problem. Examiner can be stay silent, and you are going to give indication in a formal way. This is formal way, you should conclude answer. Now another problem, examiner, sometimes it can also be happened if examiner is going to face a lot of candidates that day and you also appeared the very same day. Now examiner is going to ask the next question very quickly. Now if the quickly going to like the quick questions going to be done by examiner, if you observe that examiner is not leaving me for completion of my answer, if you are answering and examiner started the next question, if you are answering for the next question and examiner started the next other question, now what you should do? First problem was examiner is silent, you should show indication that sir, I am done, and that should be done in a positive. Now if examiner is not leaving you for completion of any answer, now what you should do? You should stick to the point. You should think about the question 100% clearly. You should give a relevant answer, not irrelevant information should be shared. You should not go in background and in much deepness. The answer should be 100% relevant. You should raise your voice little bit, not in an abnormal way, but little bit. Why? Because if you it seemed to you, or if you felt like examiner is in hurry, now to make it clearly 100% understand what you want to say, it should be little bit, or the voice should be little bit risen, right? Now these two condition, these are for everyone else, right? For all of you, if you face any of the condition, just follow this, right? And try to answer the relevant, right? The within, you can say, in the context, in the circumstance, right? Okay. Now As far as your answers are concerned, I liked really how you prolong answers. I really liked it, and the pronunciation was also okay. 90% I can say. It was 100% fine, or 90%, right? The pronunciation, the style you answer, only the closing, it should be having a proper closing. And beside that, the starting answer, the first answer when you are giving me answer for this question, sorry, let me show. Yeah, for this question, this very question, yeah, I just 1 minute. Yeah, the first question when you are giving my answer, let me show you. Sorry. Yes. How do people define happiness in your culture? Now, for this question, as your answer was going to start, the first 2 seconds or 3 seconds you were silent. Now, this silence is going to have a little bit negative impression on examiner. All of the candidates are supposed to answer directly. The one who would answer directly, examiner would just prefer that candidate and giving good bands or good score in IELTS speaking interview. The response should be quickly done, should be that all the response should be done quickly. Okay, next, beside that, yes, you used so for 2 times in the first question. That so should be 100% avoided. All common minds would use so and so, then, but, if. Now these few connector words with which students connect the sentences, this should be 100% avoided. You should go for, instead of so, you should say therefore, you should say because, you should say in other words, you should say in addition, you should say additionally, you should say moreover, you should say however, you should say I would like to also add, or I would like to also mention. Yeah, and the last answer, the third answer, you use for more than 7 times. Now, I mentioned that sometimes some connectors are impressive and effective. They are going to be felt good by examiner. But if you use for any single connector for more than 2 or 3 times, that is going to seem like not good thing. Like, you use, that is very good connector, very good, you can say, like a native speaker style in speaking. If you use in speaking, in writing you cannot use but in speaking, in the conversation, in the communication, if you are using sir, I would like to also now that is fine. But again, then yeah, students can use it because of you can say lacking of the thought, or lacking of the next idea at the moment, and can be used at the moment, right? But it shouldn't be used again and again repeatedly. You should then go for some more connectors. Instead of you should then say, in addition, I would like to also discuss, or I would like to also add this idea, I would like to mention this logically, and then another sentence philosophically, and then another. These more connectors are going to beautify your answer more, right? And besides that, your answer ability, how you answer, I'm giving right now 6 easily, 6.5 hardly at this current scenario, right? You are supposed to just add more connectors beside that, like these few connectors, and then you can easily get 7 plus in IELTS speaking section. And even in here at my platform, if a person, I feel like this person is equal to 7 bands, then even that moment I also add comment, and I wish that he should or she should get 8. Why not plus 7, right? So the thing here is, again, for you, that you should add some connectors to make it more perfect, and connectors to beautify it. It would seem like professional. Okay, yes, thank you so much for your answers. Yes, next candidate, Zahir, are you here? Yes, Zahir Abbas.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Are you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the first question from speaking test Oman, taken place in the last month, yes, in 2022, from part 3. What can be learned from photographs taken throughout history?
I think from the photography you can see beautiful sceneries. There is some lesson behind the scene, and whenever any photographer is making or drawing a picture, he has some scenario behind, so he easily convey his message through the graphs, through the picture, through the colors, or the scenery what he is going to to draw it.
Okay. Yes. Next question for you is, are photographs the best way to remember something?
Yeah, because it's a good memory, and whenever you have time, you can see in your childhood or some other special event, like we maintain a memory for our special event.
Good. Okay, next last question. Which is better, taking pictures or keeping a diary?
In their phone, but in the previous they have some photographs specially, and they maintain the photo albums in there, and it's always a good, and you can memorize it, and you have a special time, so everyone like to maintain this history. Yeah.
Yes. Zahir, just work on noun antecedent agreement topic, the grammar topic. There would be only 12 rules, noun antecedent. I have shared my grammar book in the documents group, but I would share again with you, inshallah. Now, you can read from any source or the lecture you can watch. I would also make a live lecture soon in that. But noun antecedent, I just felt a few mistakes regarding that grammar topics, noun antecedent, and beside that, your pronunciation, the style you speak, that is perfect, that is good, right? And again, like hardly 6 bands for you, hardly, and easily is 5.5. You can increase your level like by keeping WH questions in mind, like what is my question, what I should answer, and then when it took place, where it happened, why it is still memorable to me, who else was with me. Now keeping these WH questions in mind and giving for each WH question 2 or 3 sentences, and then to aid, like what is my question should be answered in 3 sentences, where it took place in 2 sentences, how it happened in 1-2 sentences. Now different ideas we can collect from keeping by keeping WH questions in mind, right? The prolonging you should work on prolonging, how to prolong your answer. It can be only done with practice and keeping WH questions in mind and connectors, right? Furthermore, the noun antecedent agreement topic should be covered, right? Okay. Yes, thank you. Next participant. Yes, Adnan, I'm going to ask you, is engineer Adnan here? Adnan Ibrahim.
Good evening, sir, and thank you so much for having me. So let me ask this question from you, if you will
Yeah, sure.
if you will be comfortable with that. Sir, how you will define the happiness in your own words? Thank you.
How I will define the happiness in my own words?
Exactly.
Yes. Happiness can be defined in different ways. It depends on the nature of a person and individual. If someone is going to get happiness from reading books, yes. Sorry.
I'm sorry, actually, I'm here in the office. That's why I'm really sorry for that.
No problem, no problem. Yeah, happiness can be get by different individual, different peoples according to their own mental approach and mental level. And my opinion, I can get happiness from reading different sources, reading different books, because I get pleasure and I find pleasure. I find happiness, you know, sir, and reading different articles and reading different books. I understand not only I do not get only information from reading different sources, rather I get the whole biography and bibliography and a lot of knowledge from reading sources. That's why I would like to add and I would like to mention that for me, as a personal experience, or in my perception, I'm of the opinion that the reading is the very best source to get happiness or pleasure or the life as a whole, the life of a person, because there in reading the authors describe not only their thoughts, rather they are going to describe their whole life, their whole lives and their perceptions in a, like they are going to sketch their minds, their thoughts and their feelings, right? And whenever I read someone work, or whenever I read the work or the article of any author or writer, I really get pleasure of it. Furthermore, I would like to add, I have also written a novel, and that novel is published in my own province, KPK, right? And people are much aware of that, and they do like it, right? And in addition, I would like to mention now, furthermore, in addition, these different connectors for the more examples are more opinions, right? and in public domains, if I just but that would be then prolonged too much, right? Your answer should be, for such kind of question, should be prolonged for 35 seconds. You should just add the perfect ideas, the few perfect ideas, few impressive ideas, right? Like keeping WH question in mind, what is my question, and then answer for 3 sentences, 4 sentences, and then for next ideas, when it took place, or who else, who, for who in this question, what is happiness in my opinion, Adnan, I add like the other people get pleasure or happiness in their different activities, like it depends on mental approach. Now when I added mental approach of different people and they get, now this is actually answer for who. And when it you can consider like I have written null, and then when answer can be also given in different approach, right? Where it took place or where it take place, right? Now keeping WH questions, you can prolong, but the prolonging style should be you can say to make this consistency or fluency, you should add connectors, right? I hope so you would like the answer and you would have gotten so far. Yes.
I really appreciate, sir, your answer. Thank you so much for that. Sir, can I define like this in my own way? Like when I,
Sure.
early in the morning, when I wake up, when I have coffee, when I have some sandwiches, it keep me happy. And another thing, additionally, when my brother, when he will pick me up from my home and he will drop me to the office, this is also a big happiness for me as well. And all the day I will keep smiling. The third thing is when I will get in my office and somebody will say, "Hey, Adnan, good morning." So by this way, even I can express my happiness, and all the day it will keep my whole face smiling. So by this way, can I define it?
100%, rather 200% perfect, right? And the way you speak English, I really highly appreciate it, right? The style, the accent, I don't know from where you would have learned so far, or where from how you would have worked on it, but that is very good. That is very impressive, and it seemed like a professional speaker. Or to be honest, honestly, your way and how you use connector, and furthermore, in addition, I would like to mention, and such other connectors I observed so far, really impressed me, right? You can easily, from now onwards, from my side, you can easily get 7+ in speaking, inshallah. If you would answer an upcoming session, I would also observe. But as far as your current level is concerned, you can, in speaking module, you can easily get 7+ by answering in this style and this way, and the structure if you would follow the same, right? And I didn't just observe any single mistake. Anyhow, in upcoming session, I would also try my level best to observe more like how you can improve the best, and you can get 8+ even in speaking, right?
Gratitude, sir. Gratitude, sir. And thank you so much for that. And now I have to leave because here it's Salah time and they are
Sure.
calling me. Yalla, Adnan, yalla, Adnan.
Sure. The session is little bit prolonged. Let me ask some other students question, and if someone wants to leave, he and she is allowed. Yes, those who are left are requested to answer me. Yes, Sabah Iftikhar, are you here? Sabah, are you here? Not here. Yes, Sabah, are you here? Okay, Zahir has answered me. Zafar has answered me. Shazad, are you here?
Yes, sir, I'm here, but I'm afraid I won't be able to speak with you as I'm traveling to home now, and it would be noisy environment for this. They will get annoyed.
You want to participate from tomorrow? Inshallah. Yes. Okay, Sabah and Shazad, I would ask you easy questions in tomorrow lecture, right? The question would be easy, but you should try your level best to participate, right? From tomorrow onwards, okay? And that would be appreciated, right? Meanwhile, we are going to end the session. If someone is having any query, any question, you are pleased to ask in the, yes, there is a song from someone's side. Yeah, you can ask in the documents group, in the concern group, or in the private chat, right? Thank you so much for your cooperation, a little bit prolonging, and see you. Have a best time. Good wishes. Goodbye. Thank you.